Good morning. It's Tuesday, January the 28th, and this is The Drill. Thank you. I'm Ron, your host and the only true conservative in the United States today. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran, a Christian, and a registered independent. My podcast is made available through Spreaker and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. Remember that self-described conservatives are no conservative at all. Today, Nancy Pelosi aired. Nancy Pelosi should be brought up on ethics charges as soon as possible, and be alert to fiction. All that when I come back. Thank you. Welcome back. Nancy Pelosi erred tactically and strategically when she impeached the President of the United States and when she bragged about it. The left cannot get into our psyche if they're going to continue to stick their collective thumbs in our eyes. In order for anyone to get in our psyche, they have to pretend to be our friends. Impeachment was always a bluff, and when someone calls your bluff, you quit bluffing. The purpose of threatening to impeach was to encourage President Trump to resign. Fortunately for us, and unfortunately for Ms. Pelosi, the president has refused to even consider resigning. That has put Ms. Pelosi in a put-up or shut-up position. She should have just shut up. By continuing her bluff, she alienates the very people whose psyche that she so desperately needs to get into, namely conservatives. Namely conservatives. When I come back, poverty in a strong economy. Thank you very much. On Jesse Jackson's radio show, Keep Hope Alive, his guest said that poverty is not about lacking work. It's about the inability of minimum wage workers to be able to pay the rent in any state of the union. Wait a minute. Who died and left this guest in charge? Who gave this person the power to arbitrarily change the definition of poverty? The last I looked, the poverty rate was based on the income of a family of 4. If you come across some socialist that makes it up as they go along, then you must call them on it and demand to know how they came up with their definition. When I come back, consequences for Nancy Pelosi. Thank you. Nancy Pelosi must face an ethics investigation as soon as possible because she brought the impeachment of the President of the United States in bad faith, and in so doing, she wasted valuable resources. If Nancy Pelosi is not held accountable for actions, she will be seen by the country as having acted with impunity. In other words, she'll get away with it. This sets a bad example. Average Americans will decide that whatever is good for Ms. Pelosi is good for me and emulate her behavior, much to the detriment of our culture and civilization. Back in a minute. Thank you. In conclusion, Nancy Pelosi blows it. The left makes it up as they go along, and Nancy Pelosi must be punished. Who is the true conservative? He's the person that understands that being a conservative is not just about politics, but about culture as well. He is not selfish, but minds his own business. He acts like an adult. He is patriotic and uses common sense. He expresses what he knows and does so with certainty. He makes judgments, refuses to speculate, speaks clearly and definitively, and is not afraid to say no. He's open-minded, asking why rather than why not. He's consistent, credible, and influential, not ashamed of his existence, unafraid to learn or correct his mistakes. He is a normal American, and he is better than the socialist. He's a better friend, father, brother, family member, and a better person, period. You have to know that. If you don't know with every fiber of your being that being a true conservative is best, then you are wasting your time. And that brings me to the end of another episode of The Drill. Remember that if the left has no authority, no power, and they can't win. Think about it.